yourself, but for the most part, just to keep the reception good, it's better if we're not all kind of talking at once. It's so nice to see your faces, Linda. It's nice to see you. Hi, Todd. Hi, Karin. Hi, Ellen. Let's see, Mandy's here, Liz is here, David. Nice to see everyone. I don't know who else is here because those are the only people I can get on my screen. So I was just saying to the group, first of all, welcome. Thanks for being here. I appreciate how challenging this time is for all of us. And look at you, yogis, doing your thing, even in the midst of all of this. Awesome. That's what I have to say about that, is awesome. So we're going to begin in a seated position. If you've got bricks, get them. If you don't have bricks, you know, it won't be absolutely mandatory to have them, but it would be nice to have something in case you need it. So like some big hardcover books would work if you've got that. I don't think telephone books really exist anymore, so we probably can't use those. But as I said, if you don't have bricks, just having a blanket of some kind is going to help you out well. No need for a belt today. We're just going to dive right into the practice and just hopefully come out feeling a little bit better on the other end of it. So I'm going to back up here and take a seat. So here we are in the East Room, and welcome to all of our class yogis. Thanks for coming in this morning, and thanks for adapting. I think that this is a measure of our humanity here, is our ability to adapt to these different situations, and to do so with a little bit of grace is really wonderful. Now, today we're going to have a 45-minute practice, so we'll, you know, move through some standing postures, and I've really chosen some stuff that is going to make us feel powerful. Some strong standing work to really reinforce the fact that we are stronger than we think, and we absolutely can get through this, especially if we continue with things like this, practices that bring us together, even though we are far apart. Kind of reinforcing the idea of connection and union that is at the heart of all of our practices. And something that I told my TTs virtually this weekend is that this is really the practice of yoga. What we do on our mats, all of this wonderful movement with our bodies, is training for this moment right now when everything is haywire. So if we can hang on to even this much of our equanimity as we go through these days together, it's a win. And I just want to say finally, before we begin our movements, that this situation really reminds me of that story of the two arrows. So we've all been shot with one arrow that we have no control over, and that is our circumstances. But there's a second arrow in our quiver, and we have the choice whether or not to pull that arrow out and shoot ourselves with it. So I'm inviting you to leave that arrow in the quiver. That arrow represents our frustration. It represents our fear, it represents our confusion. And if we pull that arrow out and shoot it inwards to us, the whole circumstance will get worse. So let's try to reframe the situation, focus on the things that are good right now, like this action today of coming together, and whatever other blessings have presented themselves. Me personally, I've observed that the dogs of the world are probably super happy right now because they're getting walked so much. So I'm taking that as a bonus and a plus side thing. Maybe you can find some own experiences in your life to, you know, to help you shore up a little bit and lift your spirits. So let's come into that comfortable seat. We'll just take our hands onto our thighs. Close your eyes. You know, you're all in a safe space right now, so you don't have to worry about anything but just being inward. Even behind your closed lids, cast your gaze down just a little bit. Feel yourself softening into the idea of just letting go of everything for the next 45 minutes. You don't have to be in the driver's seat right now. You can just put your burdens down. Begin to turn your attention towards your breath. And as you're able to, and I encourage this practice well beyond the time we have together today, focus on a longer exhale. When we lengthen out that exhalation, it has the effect of calming our nervous system a little bit and allowing us to gain a bit of perspective. It induces a little relaxation in the whole body and will help us to just slow down, especially when things are getting a little bit crazy. Think about 3 more breaths, just focusing on anything that makes you feel content, grateful, appreciative. And then we'll sound our individual voices out there and know that they'll gather in the ether as we chant the sound of Om together one time. So if you need to clear your throat, exhale completely and then take in a breath for Om. On your next inhalation, please open your eyes, sit up well, take the hands down beside you, and then on an inhalation, sweep them up overhead. As you exhale, take a side bend over to the right. Right away, let's go over to the left side. Inhale to bring it all the way up overhead. Exhale, side bending over left. Inhale, we'll go back and forth a few times here, just getting the body awake, starting to open up the muscles in the ribs, feeling a little lateral movement in the spine. Some of us might be quite stiff because we're kind of sitting around a lot right now, so let's move. Let's take it one more time in either direction, heading over to the right one last time, and then over to the left. As you inhale, bring both of your arms up overhead. As you exhale, take a little twist to the right this time. Let your left hand land on your right knee. And then inhale to unwind out of the twist. Exhale, take it over to the left. Just exploring all the movements of the spine. Inhale through center, exhale to the right. Inhale through center, exhale to the left. And then again to the right. And one more time to the left. Take another inhalation, bring your arms up overhead. As you exhale, take the hands straight down in front of you and take hold of your knees or your thighs. Take a good breath in to push lightly into your thighs, lift your ribcage away from your pelvis, and then exhale, move forward a little bit. Take an inhalation and spin your torso over to the right, round over your sit bones. Exhale as you come on to the left side. Let's take another 2 turns in this direction, moving the spine, the low back, and even the shoulders getting involved. The next time you come all the way forward, take a little pause to let the rest of the breath out, and then inhale, move in the opposite direction. And notice that this one is a little different than the other one. This might reveal some things that you've been doing with your body in the last week or so that you don't normally do. Maybe holding yourself in odd positions at your desk or on the sofa. Come back around through the middle, pause there as you exhale, and then inhale to push into your thighs, lift yourself all the way back. Good breath in to raise the arms up to cactus. Look up, squeeze the shoulder blades together. Exhale, draw the arms forward, prayer forearm. Inhale, open up wide, cactus arms. Exhale, really round the upper back, reach into chest. Inhale, open up one more time. Exhale, moving back into that rotating position. Inhale to come open. Exhale to let your hands down by your sides. And then go ahead, come forward onto your hands and knees, coming into a tabletop position. If you've got some padding underneath your legs, or underneath your seat rather, and you want to move it underneath your legs, go ahead, because we'll be in this position for a couple of moments. So we start in tabletop here. And I'll invite you to tuck your toes under and then move through just a few cats and cows to continue warming the spine. So as you inhale, it's that first cow pose, tailbone lifts, gaze lifts. As you exhale, round through the low back first, and then let that movement spread all the way to your neck. Inhale back into a cow pose. Exhale into a cat. Inhale one more time to a cow. Exhale, right to a cat. Nice work. Come back to a neutral spine as you inhale, and then untuck your toes as you exhale. Begin to travel your cat-cow. So exhale, move your hips all the way back like child's pose, and then put your forearms down as you inhale. Draw yourself through and up. And then take about 3 more rounds of this kind of crooked wheel pose. As we go back and forth, continuing to open up shoulders, spine, even a little bit in the hips. One more time like that. And then find your tabletop position again. Move your hands forward about a hand length. Tuck the toes. You know where we're going. Inhale to lift your knees. Exhale, downward facing dog. And take a few moments to pedal here. Bend one knee and straighten the opposite leg. Do that a few times. Just getting the low body opened up now. Inhale and exhale here. Deep, full breath in and out. And then one more like that. Feel a little bit of heat starting to build in your body. Shoulders getting active. Press your thighs back to the wall behind you. Draw your low belly and ribs in. Release your neck. And then on your next inhalation, please step forward with your right foot coming into a low lunge. So if you want padding underneath your left knee, go ahead and get that into place. Now, if you have bricks, this is a good time to get them on either side of your front leg. If you don't have bricks, do the best you can. But take care of yourself. No need for suffering, right? You don't need to shoot that second arrow in now. So we've got that nice little lunge. Take a good breath in, lift your heart a little bit, and then as you exhale, begin to straighten your front leg. Walk your hands back with your wrists as you need to. And then inhale to come forward into the lunge. Exhale to move back, straightening your front leg. We'll go one more time, forward, and then back. And then hold this position here for a moment. Now, if you've got bricks, you can certainly come up onto bricks. If not, we're holding ourselves steady by squeezing the thighs towards one another. I'm not very steady myself. And drawing that extended foot into the floor. Really press your heel down. Take one more breath in. And then as you exhale, bend that front knee again and come into your lunge position. Take an inhalation, push into your front foot, lift yourself up, arms shooting overhead, or cactus arms, great choice. Inhale, one more breath, draw your back hip a little forward, and then exhale to come down to frame your front foot. Either come back to your knees or hit downward facing dog again, yogi's choice. We're just gonna switch up the legs. So maybe a breath in down dog, a breath on your knees, and then step your left foot forward, lower your right knee to the ground, and establish that foundation of your lunge. Squeezing the inner thighs together is going to help to make you more stable. So take that advantage. And then once you get your lunge into position, lifting up nicely, on the next exhale, rocking back into that extended front leg. Inhale to come forward, lunge. Exhale to move back. Inhale forward to lunge. One more time, come all the way back. We'll take this position now for a few breaths, holding yourself as steady as you can. Use the bricks if you have them. Keep active through your legs, press down for your left heel. One more breath in and up. And inhale to come forward, framing your front foot, plant your hands, tuck your back toe. Oh, I'm sorry, we didn't take that full lunge. Lift yourself up in the lunge, and then arms overhead as you inhale. Cactus arms are great. Draw that back hip a little forward, squeeze the inner thighs together, and now on your exhale, come on down and frame your front foot. Tuck your back toe one more time, step it to downward facing dog. Take 2 big breaths in and long exhales out. And then you've done that. So you take a couple of moments for staying here over your shoulder. And then on your hands to your hips, push into your feet and lift yourself all the way up, Tadasana. Release your arms by your sides. If you need to move your props out of the way, go ahead and do that. Take a moment and then just come to pause for a breath or two just to see how you feel. How are you doing? Appreciate your heartbeat. Appreciate the millions of things that are going right in your body at this moment. And then let's turn sideways on the mat so that you're facing the long edge of your mat, opening your eyes to do that. And we'll come to step pretty wide here. Again, if you have grips, I'm going to encourage you to have one in front of you for easy grabbing. And then take the hands onto the hips once you've got that nice wide stance. Have a look at your feet, make sure that they're pointing straight forward. We want to have those mountain feet as much as we can. So even with wide legs, press down through both heels, underneath the big toe ball mound, underneath the pinky toe ball mound, maybe even a little bit through the necks of your toes. And then with your inhalation, stretch your arms out to the sides. As you exhale, fold forward halfway, and then take a twist to the right, bringing your left hand down to the brick floor or even just to hang in space if that's where you are. As you inhale, come back out to your halfway point. Yeah, as you exhale, twist to the right again. Inhale to come up halfway. Exhale, twist to the right. And pause here for breath. Really feel the stretch on the inner thigh of your left leg. Keep both legs active, thighs hugging towards each other. Take a final breath here in the twist on this side. And then as you inhale your next breath, come back up halfway. Keep a little bit of engagement through the muscular corset. We're working our self-power right now. And then as you come to your next exhale, we'll take that twist to the left hand, the right hand coming to brick, floor, or whatever prop you have. And then inhale to come back up halfway. Exhale, twist left. Inhale, halfway. Exhale, twist left, and we'll hold it for a few breaths. Press down through your feet evenly. Feel that big stretch now along the right leg. We're here for one more big breath in. And then as you exhale, unwind out of the twist and surrender fully into the fold. Letting your crown come towards the floor as much as you can. Bend in the knees here is fine. Honor your body. You may find yourself to be a little bit tighter and stiffer in these moments than you normally are. That's likely the result of just the sort of chaos going on and how your body is interpreting. You're welcome to take hold of your feet. If you all have it in your practice, you can bring the crown of your head to the floor. We'll be here for 3 more breaths. Inhale deeply, exhale completely. Inhale deeply, exhale completely. One more nice steady breath in. Maybe an exhale. And then as you need to, please bend your knees, take your hands up towards your hips, elbows point up towards the ceiling. On the inhale, lift up from the back of your heart and come all the way back up to standing. Keep the hands on the hips. We'll keep the legs wide. Attention to your right leg. Press into your heel. Lift your toes and turn them to point to the right. And then attention coming over to your left leg. Angle that leg in a little bit to create a little bit of ease in your pelvis. But keep your torso pointing towards the long edge of your mat. Take a nice good breath in. Take the right hand. Bring an L shape right into your hip flexor on the right leg. As you exhale, press straight down, moving into warrior 2 legs. So once you get that comfortable bend, take a moment, spin your thighs away from each other, find those 3 points in either foot, and then on an inhalation, extend your arms straight out. On an exhalation, turn your head to look across your right fingertips. Big breath in, draw your shoulders and your ears together. Big breath out, move your shoulders away from your ears, a little back and down. Here for another big inhalation and exhalation. And then keep the legs just as they are. Inhale deeply. Exhale, hug in the right side of your waist, bend your right elbow and come to plant it on your right thigh. Shoot straight up in the air with your left arm. Big breath in, solid breath out, cinch in the waistline a little bit. And then with your next breath out, draw your left arm straight down and then swing it across your ear. Feel stretch from your fingertips all the way to your left ankle. Take another breath here. And then on the next inhalation, swing your left arm up in the air. Pull straight up, extend out again. Warrior 2. Exhale, straighten your front leg. Turn both sets of toes straight forward. And then on an exhale, come down. Clasp opposite elbows. Hang here for a breath or 2. Very next inhalation. Bend the knees as you need to. Hands coming to the hips. Lift the back of your heart up. Come back to standing. You know we're going to the other side. So pick up now the left toes. Angle them to the left. Take the right foot to bring it in a little bit. Create some ease in your pelvis. Sternum points towards the long edge of your mat. And then we'll find that L shape again with the left hand to bring it right into the hip crease. Good breath in. As you exhale, press straight down to find some bend in your left knee. Resist that temptation to lunge forward. Keep the weight in your back foot present. From here, legs stay steady. Inhale, extend the arms. Exhale, turn to look across your left fingertips. The whole time the thighs are active and working, there's a sense of drawing your bent leg, that thigh into your body as you hug the legs towards one another. Inhale again, let's take the shoulders up to the ears. Exhale, move them back and down, relieving some of that stress. Take a final breath here, soft focus across your left fingertips. And then on the next exhaling breath, little cinch of the waist as we start to reach a little to the left. Bend your elbow, plant it on your left thigh. Reach your right arm straight up in the air. Establish this. And then as you are able, send your right arm forward and then swing it to frame your right ear. Feel a big stretch from right fingertips all the way down to the blade edge of your right foot. Take another good breath in and out. And then on the inhale, swing your right arm up, pull straight up, finding warrior 2 again. As you exhale, push into straighten your leg, turn your toes forward, and then one more time, surrender down. Easy fold, clasping opposite elbows. If you want to sway a little here, I encourage that. Again, if you have it in your practice to bring the crown of your head right onto the floor, please feel free to do that. Be easy, be steady. One more big breath in, and then again, a nice audible sighing out breath. Next inhale, take hands to hips, bend the knees as you like, lift yourself all the way up, and then step your feet back together, release your hands. We'll take a couple of breaths in mountain. Attend to your heart, attend to your breath, and just notice the sensations that you're feeling. If it's available to you to close your eyes for a few moments, please do that. And then on your next inhalation, please open your eyes. Raise the arms, sorry, turn to face the short edge of your mat. Raise your arms up overhead as you exhale. Take a long forward fold towards the earth. Bring your hands onto the ground. Step yourself back to downward facing dog. One deep breath in and out there. And then exhale to lower your knees to the floor and come to stretch out all the way onto your belly. So of course, if you have tenderness in the pelvis, you're welcome to put a blanket down underneath your hips. Go ahead and do that. And then once you get down onto your belly, bring your hands just on the sides of your rib cage. So it's not right under the shoulders, it's a little further down. Look towards the floor. As you exhale your next breath, move your tailbone a little bit towards your heels. And then as you inhale, lift up one leg at a time and really firm each leg into the floor. Keep those thighs active as you take your next inhalation. Press into your hands, lift yourself up into a cobra pose, Bhujangasana. As you exhale, release yourself back down. Inhale, strong in the thighs, lift yourself back up. Exhale, release back down. And then one more time, inhale, pulse it up, and release it back down. This time we'll come up and hold for a few breaths. So take a moment to prepare. Inhale, soften a little bit. Exhale, create that strength in the low back and belly. And then inhale to come into cobra, and we'll hold for a few breaths. Press into your hands, isometrically draw them towards you to open your heart. We just have 3 more breaths to go. Inhale deeply, exhale completely. If you need to come down before me, honor yourself. Last breath, big inhalation and exhalation. And then hold through the inhale, exhale. Slowly release yourself down. Take your arms by your sides. You're welcome to turn your head in one direction. Soften your legs, soften your torso. Notice your heart rate, notice your breathing. If you have your head turned to one side, please turn it to the other side. And then on the next breath, it might feel terrific to bend your knees and send the feet left and right in a windshield wiper action. Do that a few times and then take the toes back to the floor. Bring your hands underneath your shoulders. Press the earth away from you, coming to tabletop, and then exhale to release back into child's pose. Couple of big breaths in and out here. Forehead on the floor. Take one more breath in here, really filling up the back body and bringing to mind whatever it is that you are feeling grateful for today. Whatever it is that you can use as a shield to ward off that second arrow. And then if they're not already there, please stretch your arms forward, pull yourself to hands and knees, and then swing your legs around in front of you. We'll come into a partially reclined position. So the back is flat on the earth, knees are bent. Make sure you have some clear space on either side of your legs. So if you've got props there, you'll want to move them off. Here's something I think is going to be good for everybody, because I'm sure all of our hips are getting really tight these days. So let's take a little reclined pigeon here. As you take your next inhale, bring your right knee into your chest. Just give it a good hug. And then spin your right knee out to the right, plant your right ankle on your left thigh, just above your knee. Bring a little bit of engagement to your right foot, and then on an inhalation, if you're drawn to it, bring your knees up in towards your chest, interlacing your hand behind your left knee. And then as we breathe here for a couple of moments, I encourage you to press your tailbone towards the floor, even as you draw your legs in towards your body. Come to a place where there's a feeling of stretch that's interesting, but not over intense. Inhale and exhale here. Maybe 3 more breaths. And then hold the legs as much up as you can. If you can leave them in the position that they're in and just take your arms out to the sides in cactus, that's great. If they have to come down towards the floor, some or all the way, great. You do you. Taking the legs to where they can be sustained. As you take your next exhale breath, take a little twist over to the left. Put your right foot down on the floor and the outside edge of your left leg. And then as you exhale, work to take the right side of your body back towards the earth on the other side of your mat. If it's good for you to turn your head to the right, go ahead and do that, but feel free to look up if that suits you. As much as you can, point your right knee up in the air, but there should be no feeling of strain there, just a delightful stretch across the outer hip and the outer thigh. So as you exhale your next breath, really cinch up your waist, firm your belly, press into your arms, lift your legs back up to their starting position, uncross, put both feet on the floor, and just take a breath to feel the difference between your two sides. And then draw your left knee in, give it a little hug first, and then spin it out to the left, cross ankle on top of knee, and then decide, am I good here? Or can I get a little more? Drawing your legs into your chest as much or as little as you want. Again, tailbone makes an effort to hit the earth. Find the sensation on the outer leg and then just be with it for a couple of breaths. Remember a little flexion in your lifted foot. Well, they're both lifted, I guess. Flexion in both feet will help to protect your knee. Using the exhalations to draw in a little bit, the inhalations to make a bit more space. Take one more breath there. And then holding the legs as steady as you can, once again, take the arms into that cactus position. Firm up your belly as you're exhaling and move into the twist. Again, it's totally fine if you put your right foot back down on the floor before you made the twist. Get to where you're sustainable. Head can turn to the left if that feels good, or you can continue to look straight up in the air. Remain with your left foot planted on the floor. One more breath. And then again, as you're exhaling, really hug in the waistline. Inhale to push into your hands. Lift your legs all the way back up. Uncross and then bring both knees into your chest. Give yourself a mighty hug here. If you can, wrap your arms around your shins. Move a little side to side. And then take left hand onto left knee, right hand onto right knee. Inhale, push your knees away from you, extend your arms. Exhale, bend your elbows and draw your knees into your chest. Inhale, push the legs away. Exhale, knees to chest. Inhale, push the legs away. Exhale, last time, now knees to chest. So take a moment, engage in any other movements that you feel like you need right at this very moment. And then as you take your next exhaling breath, come to stillness. Take a good inhale, hands at the ready, extend both legs straight, and take your hands behind your thighs. So this is just to support your legs a little bit. We're getting just a tiny bit of lymphatic drainage from the legs, so good for our immune system. By putting the feet and the legs up into the air, we're encouraging that little shift in energy as well. Take another 3 breaths here. If you feel like you want to challenge your strength, you can take your hands to the floor and just hold your legs up there with your own muscle power. And then with an inhalation, please bend your knees back into your chest. One at a time as you exhale, put your feet down on the floor. Take a moment just to let the circulation change and shift. And then please roll to one side. Gently press yourself up to a seat. Find your blanket, your seated prop. Now, we'll move into Baddha Konasana, cobbler pose, which I will generally counsel you to take support underneath your legs here. So if you have bricks or other blankets or telephone books or whatever you got at home, you can tuck them underneath. If you are in like this position right here, you know, get the blankets in as close to your hips as you can if you don't have bricks. So it would be, you know, coming in real close to that joint of the hip to support the leg. So I'm going to give everybody a couple of seconds just to get that organized. And of course, if your knees are coming down to the earth easily, you don't have to have any support under there at all unless you want it. So once you have the soles of your feet together, take the thumbs, plant them right in the arches, and the rest of the hands just gathering around the ankles. You're welcome to give a little stimulation to that point in the center of the arch of your foot. That also is a little connection to your immune system, so nice to give it some stimulation. And then with an inhalation, lift your heart up, draw your elbows and shoulders a little bit back behind you, squeeze your feet towards one another, and then as you exhale, use that hold you have on your ankles to draw yourself a little forward, hinging at the hips, but keeping the back nice and long and the front body open. Take another breath in, squeeze the feet towards one another, and then as you exhale, draw yourself a little more deeply into the fold. Now, depending on how bendy flexy you're feeling today, maybe you've hit your challenge point, be right there with it for a few breaths. If you have a little more to give, you're welcome to move your hands away from your feet and begin on the exhale to slowly lower yourself down. However far you get today is perfect. Be mindful of what's happening with your neck. If you're trying to put your chin into next week to see what's going to happen, it's not going to work. Tuck your chin back towards your chest and lengthen the back of your neck. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. And as we're here for the final few breaths, I encourage you to bring in on the energy of your breath that feeling of security and strength, and to release on the out breath your fear and your frustration. Inhaling security and strength, exhaling fear and frustration. And then with your next inhalation, hands on the earth, hands on your legs. Please slowly start to lift yourself back up. Come upright, take a moment, and then reach for your outer knees. Bring your legs together, extend them straight, and move into your position of final relaxation. And I encourage you to use whatever props you want today. Blankets, if you've got bolsters, whatever you have to make a really comfortable nest for yourself. If there are any last minute postures you want to do, a little rolling twist or some happy baby, take advantage of that time right now to do that. Otherwise, just come onto your back and make yourself ready for our final relaxation. Take a few final breaths just to finish up any movements that you're engaging in. And then make your way into your position of comfort. Take a nice deep breath in, come to the top of your inhalation, hold that breath for just a moment, and then exhale it all out through your mouth. And then seal your lips, let the breath travel just in and out through your nose. Bring awareness to the back of your head. Feel it well supported by the ground underneath you. Bring attention to your neck. And as you exhale, allow the sides of your neck, the back of your neck, just to float towards the earth, softening all of those muscles. Soften the muscles around your ears, your eyes, your mouth. Even releasing your tongue and your jaw. The back of your shoulders, back of your arms, the back of your hands. And with your next exhalation, release the muscles of arms and shoulders into the support of the earth. Bring awareness to your belly. And as you exhale, feel that knot of tension undo. Relax the pelvis, your hardworking legs. Feel muscle and bone. Just surrender to gravity. And then to give your mind a little peace, hear these words. May I be safe. May I be healthy. May I be free. May I be at peace. Slowly now start to become aware of your surroundings. Let the sounds come to you. And then start to feel sensation as you begin to move your body, opening and closing the hands, wiggling toes, And then moving in whatever ways you need. Maybe it's a big body stretch or a bit of rocking on your spine. Take all of those perfect movements for you. And then shift slowly onto one side for a breath. After you've had a breath or two in that recovery position, please bring some weight into your top hand as you inhale, push back up to a seat. And we'll take the palms together at the heart once we get here. And I just want to say thank you to everybody for showing up and for doing this work that is so important, especially right now. And just as that final reminder, that second arrow is optional. You don't have to shoot yourself with it if you don't want to. Keep remembering the good things that are happening in your life and trust and know that we will absolutely get through this if we stick together. So let's join for one more Om as we say a fond farewell for today. Clear your throat as you need to. Exhale fully and then take in your breath for Om. Final inhale to lift your heart. And as we exhale, a little bow inward and outward to each other. You are all in my heart. Namaste.